Alright, I'm using a size 14 2x long wide gape hook for this fly. And if you look at a couple other hooks, like for instance, this is a 1x, or no, this is a standard 10. And see, it's about the same size, but the hook gape's just a little bit smaller. And then another one I have here is a, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. This is the 10. So this is a standard 10, which has got about the same gape. And this is, you can see the wire's just a little bit heavier on this one, so that would do also. And then this is a 1x12. And you can see that the gape is just a little bit smaller. But I really like these barbless wide gape hooks. And being just a little bit lighter wire than that heavy 10, you can fish it a little shallower, or you could actually add some weight to this if you wanted to fish it deeper. Or since I usually fish with a spay rod, then I'm usually using a sink tip so to get them down where I want them to. Okay, so thread, I'm using black 140 denier. Because we can get kind of beefy on this fly if we want, as far as torquing on it because of the hair wing. So we'll just bring our thread back here to about the hook point. Snip off that excess, and then we're going to tie in our tail. And the tail is comes from the golden pheasant crest, and I've already stripped off the fuzzy stuff from the bottom. So we want about maybe a dozen fibers or so. So we just kind of pull them out here. Get them so that the ends are even. Grip them nice and tight, and just pull them off. Gather them up here, switch hand, and we want to go maybe 3/4 of the length of the hook shank. So I like to have, like, you know, two of the black bars on there. You know, the very tip, and then another one. I like to have that showing. So we'll catch this in here. Right on top. Yeah, a good length, I think. Alright, bind this down well. And then we'll add our rib, which is, I'm using copper wire. This is small copper wire. We'll catch this. Come back, and we can come back forward again. And then for the body, we're going to use some Peacock herl. I've got 4 strands here, and we'll start by cutting off these little brittle ends here. Capture those. Wind all the way back here, all the way to the base of the tail. Like so. And then we'll leave our thread hang so we can wind up against it. Helps keep those herls together. You really got to watch that hook point when you're doing this, because these herls will break, and they'll break pretty easily. So we just come all the way forward with it, and we're going to give us enough room for the hackle and the hair wing, so which is about an eye and a half back. And remove this excess. Alright, and the rib, we're going to actually counter rib this. And usually 4 to 5 turns, usually enough, like so. And so we reverse our thread to tie this wire down. and then reverse it again. So now we're right. And we can helicopter this off. All right, for the hackle, we're using some, this is just brown neck hackle. And I've got a feather here that I've already prepared. So we'll capture this in here. Laying that down, we'll pull this back to give it a little more strength. Now we'll try this without hackle pliers. See how this goes. Pull these fibers back as we wrap it. We don't need a lot of turns. I think 3 to 4 will be enough. Yep, I think that's good. Alright, so what we can do now is kind of pull these back, wrap back just a little bit, and we have them facing towards the rear. And smooth this out, this head a little bit, so we can get a base for our wing. For this fly, we're going to use white deer belly hair, and we don't need a lot, so we're just going to take and snip a little bit off of this belly here. And what we'll do is remove all the fuzzy stuff here out of the back. It doesn't a lot when it comes off the belly. And we're going to stack this hair so we have nice even tips on a small fly. When you got a sparse wing like this, it's nice to have tips that are lined up. Alright, a couple whacks there, and we come out nice even tips, and go put over here on our fly. Okay, so we have our hair wing that we've stacked. We'll pull it up here, and we want to measure it so it comes back to just past the bend of the hook there, about like so. So you transfer that to your other hand, and then you can use the eye as somewhat of a guide. Come up and trim off the excess, like so. And then using pinch wraps, you can just come straight down on it. That looks good. And just clean up the head here. All right, I have one little stray one, but we'll be all right with that. I can live with that. All right, whip finish. And some head cement. And there it is, the Western Coachman. A great fly for trout, especially sea runs in the fall.